All righty, everyone. We are ready to rock and roll. Yes, today, thank you so much for joining us for our presentation, Women's Health Essentials. Now, just in case we have not met before, my name is Dr. Michelle Gamble, and I absolutely love helping women discover and understand essential oils lifestyle. I have seen such personal transformations as a result of using doTERRA oils. And it is not my mission to share this experience with just one person or two people, but with everyone that I come into contact with, as many people as possible. And I encourage you to share it with your friends and your loved ones. So a little bit about me. I am an integrative wellness specialist, and I've been working with people professionally now for over 20 years. I help women in particular who have chronic illnesses like diabetes, depression, anxiety, hypertension, digestive disorders, any of those types of chronic illnesses that have been going on for years and years. Well, I help these women to be able to finally get to the root causes of their illness and to get rid of the pills and fire their MD so that they can be empowered to become the one that heals themselves. And that is what I love most about doing doTERRA oils. This is one of the tools that I share with people that you can have in your little toolkit, in your first aid kit, so that you're not constantly running to the ER or freaking out, because you become empowered with the understanding that you can heal yourself and you can mitigate, you can deal with so many of the different issues that we are facing, whether it be for yourself or your kids or your parents or your sister and family and friends, whomever it is, right? So now, when it comes to women's issues, there are a variety of products that make strong health claims that could cause side effects that are potentially more damaging than the conditions that you were attempting to support. And I see this every day because, again, people come to me when they're ready to get rid of their medications, right? And the first thing that we look at is the side effects of all of these medications. That's why these women are coming to me, because they know the side effects, whether it be hormone replacement or hypertension medications or diabetes medication or, Prilosec or the different things for acid reflux, whatever it is. They come to me because they're like, look, Michelle, I know the side effects that are being caused by these medications, and I want to create a different reality for myself. So I also want to show you that in particular for pregnant mommies that may be listening to this, may be viewing this, I'm going to put into the chat and into the show notes for this particular presentation a video with Dr. Hill using essential oils during pregnancy. And that is like a wower for me because, when it comes to women, I am always in the zone of I'd rather be safe than sorry. And especially with our beautiful goddesses that are carrying little itty bitty babies. You are precious, right? So you need to make sure that whatever you do, you are taking into consideration the health of that child. Now, like I said, I'm going to put that into the show notes. So now, this is probably the question that I guess asked more than anything else, because there are so many brands of essential oils out there. And like I said, I've been in the health and wellness field, well, professionally for over 20 years, but I've been doing this personally since I was 17. So I've seen all kinds of stuff out there. And as a health professional, I'm always being approached by different companies to promote their different products. And for a long time, I was kind of skittish about the whole essential oil thing because I knew that whatever you put on your skin, whatever you breathe in, whatever you put into your drinks or your food, that is going straight into your body. And either it is being processed as a food, as a healing element, or it's being processed as a toxin. So I knew all of this. And so that's why I was very skittish about going into any kind of those different companies that were approaching me, because not all oils are created equally. One of the reasons why I chose doTERRA is because of their co-impact sourcing. doTERRA sources its oils from all over the world so that each oil is derived from the indigenous environment. It is not chemically created in a lab, and it is not processed with all kinds of horrible techniques that are used to stretch out the quantity and to optimize profitability, right? So what doTERRA does is that they source it in the indigenous cultures where it is grown and harvested in the proper altitude, the proper climates, the proper seasons, and the proper soil to create a far superior product. And then they start to test it to make sure that the oil that is being shared with us is pure. So that is one aspect of it. And I love the fact that they are working with indigenous populations to be able to give them fair market value for their goods. And not only are they doing that, but they're creating schools, they're building wells, they're building infrastructure, helping out with the medical care in these communities, and not just pilfering them and profiteering from them. So that was a big, big reason why I decided to go with doTERRA. And the second reason is because the oils are what we call CPTG, meaning that they're certified, pure, therapeutic, tested grade. And this is important because practically every other oil that you see out there has fillers, has synthetics, has dyes, pesticides, contaminants, and all kinds of things that create an adulterated oil. So with doTERRA, you know that it's pure. And doTERRA created this standard as a promise of purity, and each and every batch is third-party tested. So you can look at the bottom of each of the oils and you'll see the number that you can go to the website and you can put in that number to confirm that it has been quality tested for not only its purity, but also its potency. So now that's about doTERRA and why I've chosen to use doTERRA oils. Now let's get into the thick of it. There are three really powerful ways that you can use essential oils. Number one, topically. So most of us are familiar with that. So even before I started our presentation today, I put on some oils to just help to, put me into the mood, help me to relax, to, I guess you can say, stabilize all of the emotional things that go on when you're doing a presentation, right? And also to just lift my spirits. So I used it topically. I put it on topically so that I can have it penetrating into my skin. Because remember what I said, anything that you put on your skin, you should be willing to eat, because that's basically what you're doing. In fact, it's even more necessary for it to be pure because it's going straight into your bloodstream. At least when you eat things, it goes through the filter of our digestive system. And a lot of things that we eat don't exactly get absorbed into our system. It just kind of gets thrown out into our poop. Thank God for that, right? In any case, when you apply your oils to areas of the body that need support, it's going into the bloodstream within 20 seconds, and it's distributed throughout the body within 20 minutes. It is best to dilute oils in a carrier oil, a fractionated carrier oil, such as fractionated coconut oil or almond oil or something of that nature, grapeseed oil. These are different carrier oils to avoid skin sensitivity, and always dilute when you're working with children. The bottoms of your feet are a great place to put the oils, and it is also the most porous section of the skin, allowing for quick absorption. You can also apply it on the back of the neck and along the spine. Now, I love to do a really neat trick to just test this theory, because a lot of people are like, whatever, Michelle. Tell you what, take some garlic, slice it up, and tape it to the bottom of your feet. And within a couple of minutes, you're going to sense the taste of garlic in your mouth. That is how powerful this can be. Yes, I know it sounds crazy, right? But it's true. Try it and let me know what happened. Now, the second way that you can use essential oils is aromatically. So right here next to my desk, I have a diffuser, and that helps to push it into the air. And you have waterless diffusers that you can use, and you can have diffusers that utilize vapor. Either way, that is fine. So what you do is that you can also put it onto the palms of your hand and then just breathe it in. Oh, that is just so wonderful, right? And then another way to use it aromatically, kind of, sort of, is in a nebulizer. We just finished going through the craziness of craziness in the past couple of years. And one of the therapies that I always shared with some of my clients that were having respiratory issues was the use of a nebulizer. And there's certain essential oils that you can use in the nebulizer, such as On Guard, that will help to boost the immune system, and some such as Brie that will help to clear out the respiratory system. So it can also be used in a nebulizer. And then the third way that you can use these essential oils is internally. Now, remember what I said. doTERRA is the only brand of oil that I would trust to use internally. So please do not assume that it is okay for you to use any brand of oil that is out there internally, because the purity varies considerably. To be safe for consumption, the bottle will clearly be labeled that it can be used internally, because there's certain oils, regardless of the company, there's certain oils that you would not take internally. So doTERRA has a labeling system on each of the bottles that tells you if you can use it internally and if you can use it aromatically, and those three ways that we were talking about. Now, if it is approved for use internally, once you're assured of the quality, then you can take 1 drop in your water or tea. Like I said, if you know it's pure and safe and it is of potency, which I know is true of doTERRA oils, can't vouch for the other oils, 1 drop is all it takes, okay? Especially what I like to do, and you can see here, I have next to me my water. I drink lots of water during the day. And what I do sometimes, I just put a drop of lemon oil, or what I've been doing recently is using like a drop of the MetaPower oil, which boosts your metabolism. And oh my gosh, it is powerful. So you'll see one of the things I have on me here, I have this little device here that is a continuous blood glucose meter. And whatever I do with my students, I always test it out myself. And so I was like, oh yeah, right, guys. They were telling me about this MetaPower oil. I was like, whatever. I don't necessarily believe you, all of these hype stuff about, oh, it's going to boost your metabolism. And so what I did, I put a drop in my water and I took it just before going to bed. And in the middle of the night, my alarm, my continuous blood glucose meter starts beeping because my blood glucose had dropped so low. And ordinarily that doesn't happen. I was like, okay, it must have been just a fluke, right? Must have been just a fluke. So I tried it again the next night. I put in like 2 drops of the MetaPower oil into my night tea before I went to bed. And again, in the middle of the night, my blood glucose meter starts blaring out. You're like at I think it was like a 59 milligrams. That's how low my blood glucose had gone. I was like, holy crap, I can't keep on doing this, So I know, look, this stuff works, okay? And I don't need to be using it at night, but some of my clients would. But, that's something that we have an understanding. We've looked at their charts and their history and those types of things. But like I said, I was just testing it out to see if it was working. So last night I decided, okay, let me just make sure it is actually the oil that's doing this. And so last night I did not use the oil, and I did not get woken up in the middle of the night with my blood sugar dropping. So that's just to tell you, do not think that you're going to be using the whole bottle at one time, okay? 1 bottle will last a long time, depending on what you're using it for. and remember the potency of these things. In any case, aging and deteriorating do not go hand in hand because you have a choice to put your health first and experience life with a prevention mentality. My goal during our time together is to help women who face the following. Do you feel completely drained of energy each day? By the time you reach the end of the day, you're like, oh God, just roll me into the bed. Because, like I said, the women that I tend to attract, you guys, you put everyone else's needs ahead of your own. And you know that your health is important, but you're not creating the time for it. And you're beginning to lose passion for the things that you once enjoyed. And you're concerned about aging, but you feel that, it's just about getting old. That's what they tell all of us, right? And you have a burning desire to look and feel better than you do right now. So if that's you, then yes, you are in the right place. So now let's get started with the educational process. I've given you the background of why I use the doTERRA oils and the different ways that you can use essential oils. But now I want to empower you by giving you wisdom and knowledge, specific knowledge. So one area that elicits high levels of stress for women are the hormones, okay? And I want to focus on one particular thing. It's a simple fact. Hormones get blamed a lot for bad moods, aggressive moments, bad days, mad days. Now, deserved or not, it is clear that hormones play a significant role in many of our bodily functions. Now, because hormones affect such a wide amount of physiological processes, it is important to maintain proper hormonal balance. And hormonal change can cause a wide variety of physical and emotional symptoms. Estrogen and progesterone are the main steroidal hormones that affect a woman's health. Each of these hormones has a broad scope of functionality that extends far beyond reproductive health. In fact, female sex hormones influence energy levels, sleep cycles, nutrition, brain function, bone health, heart health, weight management, and many other factors. When I say nutrition, I'm talking about your digestive system, how your body utilizes the foods that you're consuming. Now, hormones represent the gateway to many health conditions, which is why prevention in this area could be a catalyst for a significantly better quality of life. Women can experience hormonal imbalances at any stage in their lives. It is just your body's way of asking for help. And I want to stress at any stage, because a lot of times when I work with women, and I work with older women, more mature women, and they'll tell me, oh, Michelle, I didn't have any problems until I went to menopause. I'm like, let's think about this. And I start asking them about what their cycles were like when they were in their teenage years. First of all, when did you start your cycle? And secondly, during your cycle, do you experience mood swings? Do you experience, heavy bleeding? Do you experience bloating? Do you experience any kind of discomfiture? And 99 times out of 100, they will say, no, but that's normal. No, that's not normal. That is the beginning of your body communicating to you and saying, I need help. Same thing like, now, especially with this newer generation, they're starting their cycles much younger. Not a good thing, right? So keep in mind, our hormones are the messengers, the chemical messengers in the body. And they have been maligned. You know the saying, don't kill the messenger? Well, this is extremely applicable in this situation. So because the hormones, they are special chemical messengers that are in the body, and they're created by the various endocrine glands in the body. Now, these messengers control most of our bodily functions, from the basic needs such as hunger, to complex systems such as reproduction, and even moods and emotions. The body has many different types of hormones, but certain types have a bigger role to play in the body's health and well-being. Understanding these roles is important to looking to protect and manage your health. For us as women, estrogen is the main sex hormone, and one of the types of estrogen causes puberty and prepares the body and the uterus for pregnancy. And it also regulates the rest of the menstrual cycle. Now, during menopause, estrogen level changes because of the various symptoms that women are experiencing. And you know, the best way to prepare for menopause, or should I say, to prevent menopause, is to prepare for it like at the age of 25. And I know you think I'm crazy, but I am telling you, there are a lot of things that I've been doing for the past 10, 20 years to prepare for this moment in time when I'm going through menopause, and it makes a difference. Now you may say to Michelle, say to me, well, Michelle, I ain't 25 no more, right? And I understand that. And that's fine and dandy. It's just that you need to understand what are the causal factors that have led to this point. It didn't happen last night. You didn't just wake up and start experiencing hormonal imbalances. There were a lot of things that broke down before you got to this point. So it's very important to put things into context. Now, you really don't have to suffer. And that's why I'm hosting this class. Many women have reached a point in their lives and they start to believe, well, you know, as I get older or whatever, I'm going to deteriorate, my health is going to go down, my beauty is going to go down. This is caused by societal ignorance, and my motivation is to help you break away from that ignorance and to rewrite the story that is inside of you. You are a divine healer. And outside of diet filled with high quality food choices and regular exercise, which I'm going to talk about shortly, doTERRA has 2 products that are specifically geared for women that will help you to potentially support and prevent menopausal symptoms that are aggravated. So one of them, well, actually 3 products, right? One of them is a product called Xenocrin, which is a detoxification complex, which helps you to clear out excess hormones that create imbalance in the system. Another product is called the phytoestrogen essential complex, and it is a blend of natural plant extracts that support hormonal balance throughout the different phases in a woman's life, beginning from a young adult. Because remember what I said, you don't just wake up at the end and say, oh, now I'm going to do something about it. If you, especially if you have daughters or if you have nieces or anyone who's younger in your family, get them to understand that they need to start preparing for the older years of their lives from now. Your body is controlled by hormones, and a balance of normal hormone levels will influence your good health and emotional well-being, especially in your teens and in your 20s and in your 30s and in your 40s, and then on through your transition into menopause. So this particular complex is a blend of standardized phytoestrogens that support the hormones to balance gently and naturally. Now, Claricalm, this is one of these beautiful oils that I absolutely love. It's a proprietary blend designed to provide soothing effects during a woman's menstrual cycle. Claricalm offers cooling effects for the skin and balance for the emotions. You can use it either during your menstrual cycle, you can apply it to the abdomen to experience a soothing and calming massage. And during moments of being overheated, apply it to your skin for cooling and soothing effect. And diffuse it in your environment to balance your emotions and to bring you that upliftment of emotions. One of the benefits is that it helps to calm and soothe a woman's menstrual cycle. It also helps to soothe and balance heightened, aggravated emotions. and it helps to balance moods throughout the entire month. Another one to consider is that it's extremely important to focus on nutrition when it comes to prevention. No amount of pills is going to remove the need, the necessity for dealing with your nutrition. Any foods that are high quality and high in calcium should be included in your diet. Some of these include things like beans, sardines, salmon. Some people do well with dairy. If you're going to do dairy, make sure that it is organic dairy that doesn't have the hormones added to them, right? Other things that are rich in nutrient, especially calcium, are things like green leafy vegetables. And eggs are a wonderful source of omega fatty acids that help with brain development, and lean cuts of meat, the ones that don't have the fat. And remember, if you're doing eggs, if you're doing poultry, if you're doing red meat, whatever it is, make sure that you look for the ones that are organic, meaning that they're hormone free and the animals were not fed pesticides and antibiotics and things of that nature. Also, try to get sunshine so that you can have your vitamin D naturally. Now, if you can't get that, if you're in the North Pole, the South Pole, whatever pole it is that they don't have sun, which I don't think that's true for any of us listening to this, then yes, you can use supplementation with supplemental vitamin D. But I still emphasize the importance of getting it from natural sources, okay? Now, another wonderful nutrient-dense product that doTERRA provides is what we call Bone Nutrient Essential. It is a blend of vitamins and minerals that is essential for bone health for women beginning in adolescence and continuing through to menopause. Bone Nutrient Essential is formulated with nutrients that include vitamin C, which help with the absorption of the calcium, vitamin D, and the calcium itself, and magnesium. So these work synergistically together. You know, a lot of times I talk to women who are taking all of these calcium supplements, and I have to break the news to them that it's actually doing them more harm than good, because it needs to be in a complex of nutrients that work synergistically for better absorption and utilization. So this is what this particular product does. And it provides optimal levels of vitamins and minerals essential for developing and maintaining healthy bone mass. It provides 100% of the recommended daily amounts of calcium and magnesium, and it supports healthy bones and overall health. And it also contains D2 and D3 to help with the absorption of the calcium. And it is made with optimal vegetable capsules. Now, where I tell a lot of people to start is, look, start at the beginning with the foundation. And the foundation is what we refer to as a vitality pack. And like I said, I've been doing this for a long time. I know 50 billion different products, and I find it hard pressed to find a better deal than this. You know, a lot of the products that I work with are customized, and they're what we call nutraceutical grade, and they tend to be very pricey, you know. And what I say to people, okay, if you cannot afford that level, then this is the bare minimum. And so this particular vitality pack includes phenomenal optimization of your basic nutritional needs when it comes to supplementation. It includes 3 core products: the Alpha CRS, the XE Omega, and the Microplex BMC. And they are formulated to provide you with targeted nutrients, and they work synergistically. So you're getting the antioxidant support, you're getting the essential fatty acids, and you're getting the core mineral support that you need. When you put those things together, powerful foundation. And I tell people to start off with that. I say, you know, our lifelong health and vitality depend on many factors, including diet, physical activity, weight management, rest, stress management. throw in there a little bit of genetics. Don't go crazy with the genetics, okay? And while some of these variables are beyond our complete control, breakthrough scientific research is revealing many ways that we can influence and even control some of these different areas. A long life full of vitality and health, aging begins by providing your cells with essential nutrients and metabolic factors that will help them to perform optimally. So, like I said, this is a power pack, and for only 80 something dollars, I, I I haven't found a way to beat that particular price point, you know. So if you can find a way to beat that price point at that value, please let me know, because I'm interested in it, not only for myself, but for the various people that I work with. So now I know many of you want to know which essential oils would be good to consider to support prevention. So here are some of my favorites. Frankincense. Now, this is called the king of oils, going back to the biblical days, because frankincense promotes feelings of peace and overall wellness when used aromatically, and when used topically, internally, can provide a lot of various health benefits. Rosemary is another good one. I use it in my cooking, and it has also been revered by a lot of cultures for its internal benefits and because of its energizing scent. And then you have lavender. Who has not heard of lavender, right? Lavender is considered a must-have oil to practically everyone because of its versatile uses for everything from calming and relaxation properties to helping to soothe bug bites. Yes, so if you get like mosquito bites and things of that nature, put a little bit of lavender on and it'll soothe it, and you won't even realize you had that mosquito bite anymore. And it also helps promote sleep and ease feelings of tension. Another really good one is lemongrass. Okay, it is one of the favorite oils to use for things like massages, and has a very strong, pungent, smoky type of aroma. And it is also purifying and toning when used on the skin. Things like clove is phenomenal for dental hygiene because it helps to cleanse the teeth and the gums. I even put it into I have like a little water fountain for my cat and my dog. And you heard all that ruckus before. That was my cat getting frisky and tussling everything here in the room. But in their water fountain, I usually put 1 or 2 drops of clove to help them with their dental hygiene, okay? And it is also stimulating and energizing, and it produces a warm, woodsy aroma when you use it aromatically. Sandalwood, it is sweet, woody aroma, and it has a soothing benefit. It is also used romantically, that and rose oil used romantically for that special someone. But it can also be used for yourself, for your enhancing of your mood during your meditations. Oregano, another phenomenal one because it is a powerful antioxidant. Just recently, one of my neighbors, her chicken came down with croup, and one of the things we did was put some oregano oil into their water to help to alleviate that situation. It's also used in cooking. Most people will use the oregano herb. Well, you can use the oregano essential oil also. And it's used in a lot of different arenas. I use it a lot, even with things like parasite cleanses and things of that nature. Now, another one is marjoram because of its calming properties, positive effect on human immune system and the nervous system. And marjoram was also once known as a symbol of joy and happiness in ancient cultures. So now, if you have any questions about any of these oils, just give me a holler. Remember, I'm here for you. So now, the sum total that I'm sharing with you is that I want you to step into that zone where you feel bold and courageous and empowered enough to take control of your health. You don't have to sit around waiting for your health to deteriorate or give up because you've been given a diagnosis, what I call medical hexing, right? Their diagnosis means nothing if you decide to take charge of yourself, because you can heal yourself. You were designed by God to be able to heal. And one of the things that I find is really integral with regards to healing is movement. It is most wonderful physical, emotional activity, exercise, because it helps to keep your mind in the right state. It helps to get your blood pumping. It helps you to detoxify. It helps to move the nourishment to the various cells in your body. And it just helps you to feel good. You release these wonderful hormones, endorphins, right? So now things to consider that will help to you to boost your energy and your joy are things like dancing. Yeah. Rhythmic cardio, weightlifting, even sports, yoga, walking, tai chi, rock climbing, gardening, huffing and puffing. Instead of just riding your lawnmower, start that push lawnmower, go and dig in the dirt. I just finished pulling out. Oh, I had a really, really, really good harvest of cucumbers this year. Awesome. So if you live anywhere near me in Florida, Greenwood, Florida, you can come by and get some cucumbers. Just say, hey, Michelle, I listened to your podcast. I listened to your video. I'm here for the cucumbers. But remember, it's first come, first serve. They only last but so long. Anyway, so now, some of the other oils to consider are things like, for memory, rosemary, peppermint, and frankincense. If you're feeling a sense of anxiousness, you have lavender and a beautiful blend called Balance. If you're feeling a sense of sadness, things like lemon, all of your citrus oils, citrus bliss, melissa, frankincense. If you want to increase your concentration, things like vetiver, serenity, lavender. These are all different oils. Now, my goal with this class was simply open your mind to the possibility of not only prevention, but the reality that you can heal yourself. And I understand that there's certain health conditions that impact your life, regardless of your life choices. But what I also know to be true is this: when you consume a diet rich in high quality food, you move your body, you pray, you have a good relationship with your family and your friends, you utilize potent, effective, quality supplements and other beautiful essential oils, you are laying the foundation for a life of vitality. A true measure of beauty is the ability to take care of yourself. And mommies, women, ladies, it is time for us to heal ourselves. I understand that for many of you, it is extremely normal to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. And although I don't expect that to change, I hope that you'll be able to choose to make time to take care of yourself, that you will start to focus on what really matters, which is your holistic health and well-being. Because there's only so much that you can do in serving others if you are not being served. If you do not allow God to heal you, and the only way that God can heal you is with your permission. And the way that you give permission to God to heal you is to create space for you in your life. So you might ask, what now? How do I know what to use? How do I get started? I want you to know that you are never alone on this journey. I will personally be here to guide you every step of the way with regards to your oil choices, if that's what you want to do. And so, in addition to this particular presentation, I'm more than willing to communicate with you by phone, email, and I have lots of different email series on various different aspects of health and well-being with essential oils, if that's something that interests you. So the first thing is for you to say, you know what? It's time for me to take charge of my life. And if that's where you are, then just let me know and I will be sure to help you in any way possible. And with that, I'm going to invite you to consider any questions that you have.